Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Merry not so stupid o'clock. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. This is your co-host, Mr. Brahmakian. We're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. Ow. Wow, I spilled tea all over my pajamas. But before we get into it this evening, folks, a few of the usual disclaimers, alright? Okay, now, first off, yes, it's the playoffs. Yes, I'm a football nut. Why is it not on? Because every time it's on, the Chiefs lose. Now, my main team, folks, is Green Bay. It always has been. But as far as KC is concerned, pretty much you are issued fandom into the Chiefs' kingdom at birth if you are born inside Missouri. So it's kind of a you have to root for them sort of thing. And if they get beat by Cincinnati, I will lose my shit. I can't deal with it. Can't do it. Can't do it. All right. And I got that little blurb out of the way. A few of the usual disclaimers. So, folks, you are going to see the link to the documents we are going through this evening right there in the description box, alongside the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, and the templates. You all know the drill. Click on your senator, sign your name. Alright, in the ever-present and self-explanatory change.org shut the Judge Rotenberg Center down petition. Now, folks, when we talk about this hell on earth that's known as the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones, all right? Okay, it is 4:53 in the afternoon, folks. I am brain dead. I had a decent day today. Don't get me wrong. I'm not quite as brain dead as usual. But still, it's call center work, right? So, if I stumble over my words, my apologies in advance. Alright, so this is an incident that took place February the 19th, 2008. And of course, nature of allegation, not emergency. Because remember, if you're not sawed in half, the DPPC don't think it's an emergency. Internal act, abuse per se. What the fuck is abuse per se? Intentional, wanton, or reckless application of physical force which inflicts pain. Okay, let's see what they got here. Allegation summary. The reporter states that the ALV was trying to get the attention of a staff in the classroom setting. The ALV was shocked, according to the reporter, without a justified reason. So, okay, let me get this straight. They were trying to get attention of staff, and for daring to try to get attention of staff, they were shocked for that. God. The reporter feels the staff was annoyed with the ALV, as opposed to the ALV engaging in behavior that warranted a GED shock. Yeah, you think? Criminal activity statement. If any information of criminal activity is revealed during the civil investigation, contact the state police detective. Blah, blah, blah. TPR. Lisa Washington Brown reviewed this case on February the 20th, 2008, and suggests the 19C civil investigation proceed if during the investigation there is evidence of a crime. Blah, 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 blah. Wow, there's a lot blacked out in this one. The reporter was at the facility on October the 29th, 2007 for blank. The reporter didn't know the identity of the ALV until November 2007. Oh my god, how long did it take you fuckers to investigate this? Seriously? The reporter was observing blank for approximately 1 to 2 hours in the class setting. The reporter saw that the ALV was administered some shock treatment for turning around in his chair. Okay, so they can't even fucking turn around? Because that shit goes on in high school all the damn time. Seriously? After ALV tried to get the attention of blank and the ALV appeared annoyed, the staff administered a GED. After the ALV said out loud that I didn't get up out of my seat, I just turned around, the ALV said himself and he wanted to file a human rights complaint and was taken from the classroom. According to the reporter, the ALV claimed he saw another student that was stealing food from a cabinet. The ALV was told that if he sees something like that happening, he was to get the attention of a staff member and alert them to what was happening. Oh my fucking god. So they get the other kids to tattletale on each other. They starve these kids. And then they tell them, but if someone's stealing, to report it. And if they do, shock. The reporter feels that the incident she observed was not within a treatment plan and was not warranted despite the court orders for a GED. The reporter feels that blank was annoyed with the ALV as opposed to the ALV engaging in a behavior that warranted a GED shock. Blank started looking into this sometime in November of 2007. He can be reached at the same number as blank the blank the blank. Okay. September 2008, TC blank and blank. According to blank, the ALV's plan in October contained a GED consequence for out of seat without permission under HDB1, but the consequence for inappropriate sitting would have been a pinpoint with no. Dear God. So let me set this scenario for you. On one hand, you got a starving fucking kid who they probably have on a food program who has to earn the right to every single bite of food they get. So this kid is starving. They encourage and tell the other kids that if they see that kid, then try to sneak food because they're starving to death, to report that to a staff member. When a student didn't try to do that because that's what they trained into them, the staff shocked them. This is insane, folks. This is insane. Remember when Jennifer Masumba said that they encouraged bullying and tattletaling amongst the students on each other, on top of what the staff was doing to them? Exhibit A. Exhibit fucking A. They want these kids feeling like they are being watched constantly, wherever they go. That privacy doesn't exist for them. Autonomy doesn't exist for them. They don't deserve it because they're disabled, and this is what they deserve. So they get these kids to tattletale on each other, and then when the kid does what is requested of them, they're shocked. These kids cannot win for losing, folks. These kids cannot win for losing. Even when they, participate in the staff's fucking bullshit, insane, inhumane treatment of other students, they still get tortured for it. It is a no-win situation. A no-win situation. And on that note, folks, I'm going to go ahead and close out for this evening. We don't get very many views on this channel. And the few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please don't forget to hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this evening. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.